probably the biggest issue on this one and in the market at the moment is really labour and materials.
Yes.
The materials problem isn't quite what it was. So, a year ago when we were sort of in the middle of doing this one, things were a lot worse. The market had picked up pretty quickly.
Yes.
And we're really struggling with materials, for example. So the bricks from Holland.
Yes.
Can't even get bricks in this country. Roof
Crazy.
tiles were from France. It's madness. So we're really struggling with materials. And likewise with labour. It's hard to get good guys.
Yes.
Luckily for us, we've been around for a long time. We know quite a lot of people, but even so, it's just supply and demand. There's a lot of work about,
Yep.
and just not a lot of labour. So that was probably the biggest issue facing construction and development at the moment, I would say.
Right.
In a few technical issues, the site here is in terms of drainage. So out in the main road there, where we've got to get into both the foul and the surface water drainage, it's quite high. So it's the top of the run.
Right.
So we couldn't get enough fall gravity-wise. Yeah. So usually, you're looking for a gravity fall for your drainage down the road, all very nice. We couldn't get that. So in order to make things work, we had to, and the ground here doesn't soak brilliantly either. So the whole of the road is effectively a soakaway. So there's a big reservoir under the whole of the road that deals with the surface water.
Yes.
And then out at the main gates there, all of the foul goes to a big pump, which is stored in a big reservoir and then gets pumped out into the main once it reaches a certain level. So. So that was, I say, nothing massively problematic. We've overcome, lots worse in our time.
Yes.
The important thing, of course, is assessing these things and knowing about it before you buy the site, because you discover if you don't do your homework properly, you discover these things afterwards. Your profit might not be what you thought it was going to be.
Right. Well, it's on a smaller scale, taking on a renovation project in an old building. You're not quite sure until you have to sort of start knocking into walls. Quite what's behind them.
Well, that's exactly. Well, interestingly, on renovations and conversions, things like that, and obviously done a lot of later on my time as well. I would say it's actually even worse. In terms of contingency, you have to have in your development appraisals. I not that I really do, certainly not small refurbs anymore.
No.
But you need a much higher contingency really than you do on the new build, because there's much more you might come across that you couldn't be aware of, particularly on bigger office conversions and things like that.
Indeed.